Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we have another great elementary lesson for you all.
That's right. We've got a lesson for all you sports fans out there.
Right. We're doing a podcast on sports today. We're starting off with basketball.
So we've got lots of language about basketball and sports in this lesson today.
Great. So let's take a look at our vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
2 words for you today. The first one is foul.
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 A foul.
Basically, it's an action in a game that is not allowed.
Right. So if you're playing basketball and you kick the other player,
That's a foul.
that's a foul. That's a pretty big foul.
Yeah, if you're playing soccer and you pick up the ball.
That's also a foul.
Huh?
Our second word is ref,
Ref. R-E-F.
also known as a referee. Right? So a referee is
Basically like the judge of a game.
the judge of the game. So
Yeah.
he's the one that will...
Say, that was a foul.
That was a foul.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ref, also known as referee.
Okay, so 2 great words. We're going to hear them in our dialogue, and we're going to be listening to 2 guys who are watching a basketball game on TV.
Not get good lockout assignments. Urban's got 8.
Hey, has the game started yet?
Yeah, about 5 minutes ago.
Who's winning?
Bulls, of course.
What? That wasn't a foul. Oh, come on, ref.
Don't worry, Shaq always screws up free throws.
You were right. He didn't make the shot.
Yeah, that was a great shot. 3-pointer, yeah.
Did you see that? He traveled and the ref didn't even call it.
This ref needs glasses. Hey, ref, open your eyes. Can't believe you didn't see that.
Okay, end of the first quarter. All right, I'm gonna make a beer run.
All right. A really common situation whenever you're watching games with friends, right?
You need to get a beer.
We'll talk about that in a little while. Let's take a look at language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Okay, let's take a look at our first word on language takeaway. Free throw.
Free throw.
Free throw.
Free throw. This one's a bit hard to say, isn't it?
It's a little bit hard to explain, but if you're playing basketball and if someone fouls you, you get a free throw.
So that's when all the players line up around you and you can throw the ball.
To the basket without anyone blocking you or anything.
Right.
A little bit complicated, but I'm sure the basketball fans understand what a free throw is.
All right, our next word is
Make the shot.
make the shot.
Make the shot.
Let's listen to some examples and we'll understand the meaning of make the shot.
Example 1.
I can't believe it. He made the shot from the other side of the court.
Example 2. There's no way he's going to make that shot. He's way too far away from the net. Example 3.
If Gretzky makes this shot, they're going to win the Stanley Cup.
So it's clear now, to make the shot is to successfully put the ball in the basket.
You can use this expression in other sports as well, right?
Yeah, you could use it in hockey to make the shot. You could also use it in golf. In a lot of different sports, they use the term to shoot.
Yes.
Shoot the ball.
So anytime you shoot the ball, you can make the shot.
Exactly. Okay, our next word today, three-pointer.
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 A three-pointer.
It's a shot in basketball when you get 3 points.
Yes.
Usually this shot is taken from further out.
Yeah, a farther distance.
Yeah, so it's a little bit more difficult to make this shot.
You know, sometimes people might say a 3-point shot or something like that.
Yeah.
But our English pod learners, they know.
It's a three-pointer.
Yeah, you'll sound really knowledgeable, really cool with using that one.
Three-pointer. And our last word today, travel.
Travel.
To travel.
Travel. When you walk with the basketball.
Well, technically, you're allowed to take 2 steps in basketball.
Okay.
So when you take more than 2 steps, then it's
all right.
traveling.
I understand.
So yeah, traveling means to take more than 2 steps with the ball.
Well, let's listen to the dialogue a second time. This time it'll be a bit slower so that we can understand some of these great phrases we just talked about.
Hey, has the game started yet?
Yeah, about 5 minutes ago.
Oh, who's winning?
The Bulls, of course.
What? That wasn't a foul! Oh, come on, ref!
Don't worry. Shaq always screws up free throws.
Yeah, you were right. He didn't make the shot.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
What?
3-pointer, yeah.
Oh, did you see that? He traveled and the ref didn't even call it.
This ref needs glasses. Hey, ref! Open your eyes! I can't believe you didn't see that.
Okay. The end of the first quarter. Hey, I'm gonna make a beer run.
Sweet.
All right, sports fans. So now let's take a look at Fluency Builder.
Fluency builder.
Okay, today on Fluency Builder, we have 2 really common words that you would listen to while you're watching a game.
Yeah, these are sort of slangy words, hey?
Yeah, they're kind of a common...
Like informal.
Informal. The first one that we have is screw up.
Screw up.
Screw up.
Screw up.
To screw up.
Yeah, so this is a good way of saying...
To make a mistake. Let's listen to some examples of how this word is used.
Example 1. Jill, you really screwed up this time. You're fired. Example 2.
This game is important. If you screw it up, we're out of the finals.
Example 3. I'm sorry, I know I screwed up. Will you forgive me?
Okay, so screw up is mess up.
Yeah, make a mistake.
Make a mistake.
Uh-huh.
Great. And our last word on Fluency Builder today, a beer run.
A beer run.
Beer run.
So what is this beer run?
You run to get beer. You go to the store and get beer.
Okay.
Get more beer.
So it's just an expression to meaning to go and get more beer.
Yeah, usually you're watching a game or you're at home with your friends. You run out of beer, so somebody has to
Go get some beer.
Go get some beer. Make
Yeah.
a beer run.
Yeah.
Welcome to WorldPod English Video, dear listeners, and thanks for joining us today. My name is Leanna.
My name is Luca.
We are excited to bring you a high-energy episode on sports and basketball with powerful phrases you can use right away. Before we start, picture yourself at a big game with bright lights, fast passes, and fans shouting together.
You hear words like foul, ref, free throw, 3-pointer, and traveling. And today we will make every one of these crystal clear.
We will also give you simple sentences so you can speak confidently during any game or conversation.
Stay with us because we will act out scenes, break down vocabulary, and show you how natives really talk about basketball.
First, imagine we just sat down on the couch and turned on the TV, and the game started 5 minutes ago.
I'll look at the screen and say, "Has the game started yet?" And you reply, "Yeah, about 5 minutes ago," which is a classic fan exchange.
Then someone asks, "Who's winning?" And a friend shouts, "The Bulls, of course," which creates instant team spirit.
Suddenly, a whistle blows and a fan yells, "That wasn't a foul," because a foul is an action not allowed in the game.
The person who decides what is or is not a foul is the ref, short for referee, the judge of the game who calls the play.
Fans often talk to the ref even from the couch, saying things like, "Come on, ref," or "Open your eyes," which is informal and dramatic.
When the ref calls a foul on the defense, the player may get a free throw, which means a chance to shoot without anyone blocking.
Everyone lines up around the key and the shooter focuses, breathes, and tries to make the shot cleanly.
If the ball goes in, we say, "He made the shot." And if it misses, we can say, "He missed the shot," which are simple and natural phrases.
Sometimes the shot comes from far beyond the line, and then it is a three-pointer worth 3 points, and the crowd goes wild.
Another common word is traveling, which means taking more than 2 steps while holding the ball, and that is not allowed.
When fans think the ref missed the traveling call, they may shout in frustration, which is part of the theater of the game.
Now let us jump into our main dialogue, where we model a natural conversation full of these expressions so you can shadow along.
Listen closely to the rhythm, copy the stress, and repeat the key phrases out loud to build strong muscle memory.
Hey Luca, did the game start already, or are we still on the pregame show?
It started about 5 minutes ago, and the pace is fast, so grab your seat and your water because it is getting intense.
Nice. Who is winning right now, and do you think the momentum will hold?
The Bulls are up by 6, and the bench is giving great energy, which is pushing the starters to run harder.
Wait, I just saw contact near the basket. Was that a foul on the drive?
The ref called a blocking foul on the defender, and now the shooter gets 2 free throws to make it fair.
I love free throws because the arena gets quiet, the player breathes, and the pressure makes the moment dramatic.
Exactly, and this player is solid at the line, so I think he will make the shot and extend the lead.
He bounced the ball, set his feet, released, and swish! He made the first shot with perfect balance.
Here comes the second, smooth release again, and yes, he made the shot. Nothing but net, and the crowd explodes.
I just noticed the coach signaling a new play. Maybe they're setting up a 3-pointer out of the timeout.
Good eye. The shooter is moving to the corner, the screen is ready, and if he catches cleanly, he can fire a 3-pointer.
The pass is crisp, the defender recovers late, and wow, he nailed a 3-pointer.
The camera cuts to the bench jumping and clapping because big shots lift the whole team.
Uh-oh, that looks like traveling, because I saw more than 2 steps before the pass.
The ref missed it, and the home crowd is booing politely, which shows how fans watch every detail.
Sometimes fans yell at the ref even when they are wrong, but it's all part of the drama of live sports.
True, and as learners of English, you can listen for phrases like, "Come on, ref, are you kidding me?" and "make the call," which are common.
Let us teach 3 easy sentence frames you can use during any game to sound natural.
First, that was a foul, which you can use when contact looks illegal.
Second, he did not make the shot, which is simple and clear after a miss.
Third, nice 3-pointer, which is positive and friendly even when you support the other team.
Now, we will add some everyday small talk you can use when you watch a game with friends in a cafe or living room.
Try saying, "Do you follow this team?" or "Who is your favorite player?" which keeps the conversation going.
You can also ask, "What do you think of the ref tonight?" which invites opinions and vocabulary practice.
Then respond with, "I think the ref is fair," or "I think the ref is missing calls," to show your point of view.
Let us jump back into the game scene and layer in more natural expressions.
The point guard drives to the rim, gets contact, and the whistle blows for a shooting foul.
The coach argues a little, but the ref stays calm and holds the line with professional body language.
The shooter steps up for a free throw, and the arena quiets so much you can hear the ball bounce.
He exhales, focuses, and yes, he made the shot, which shows his routine is strong under pressure.
The second free throw rims out, and the announcer says he could not make that shot, which is a useful phrase for you.
Fast break coming, and the wing spots up behind the arc, catching the ball ready for a quick release.
He rises and hits a clean 3-pointer, and I love the way his teammates point at him to celebrate the spacing.
The camera shows fans smiling and tapping their hearts because sports connects people even if they cheer different teams.
That is one of the best parts of game night, because shared language and shared emotion build friendships.
Let us do a quick pronunciation workout so our listeners can sound natural.
Repeat after us and keep your mouth relaxed and your voice steady.
Foul, like towel but starting with an F, and keep it 1 syllable.
Ref, short and crisp, like the start of the word reference.
Free throw, 2 words, stress on free and a soft TH in throw.
3-pointer. Try saying 3, then pointer, and connect them smoothly.
Traveling, 3 syllables like traveling, and keep the V sound strong.
Make the shot. Link make the shot and keep it rhythmic.
Now, a mini role play for meeting new friends at a sports bar.
You can say, "Hey, are you watching the game?" and then ask, "Who are you cheering for?" to start the chat.
If they cheer for a different team, smile and say, "Nice, may the best team win," which keeps things friendly.
When a call happens, say, "I think that was a foul," or "I think that was clean," to share your opinion politely.
After a big shot, say, "He made the shot under pressure," to show you noticed the moment.
After a long run of points, say, "They have momentum," which is a strong sports word for energy and flow.
Let us teach 2 casual phrases fans use that are simple and common.
First is screw up, which means make a mistake in an informal way, like, "He screwed up that free throw."
Use it carefully and only in casual settings because it is slangy and a bit strong in tone.
Second is beer run, which is a playful way to say someone is going to the store to get more drinks during the game.
Even if you do not drink alcohol, you can still understand the phrase when friends use it in conversation.
You can substitute snack run or water run and keep the same friendly rhythm.
Back to the court, the defense tightens and the offense looks for a high percentage shot.
The point guard calls for a screen, slips through the lane, and draws a foul because the defender reached in.
The coach claps and says, "Good attack," which is a short phrase you can use when someone drives strongly.
The shooter takes a free throw and we hold our breath together with the arena.
It bounces high, drops in, and the scoreboard clicks up by 1, which changes strategy.
A timeout is called and the broadcast shows a replay of that possible traveling from earlier.
The commentators explain footwork rules, and this is your chance to review vocabulary while you watch slow motion.
You can say, "I think that was traveling," or "I think the pivot foot stayed," to sound knowledgeable.
Let us add some useful idioms that fit a game conversation so your vocabulary becomes richer.
Let us add "on fire" means playing extremely well, like "the shooter is on fire from 3."
Cold means missing many shots, like "he has gone cold from the field."
Clutch describes a player who performs under pressure at the end of the game.
Box out is a rebounding technique, and you can say, "Box out and secure the board."
Run the clock means use time wisely when you have the lead, which is smart late-game strategy.
We now model a friendly debate you might have with a friend about the ref and fairness.
I say, "Come on, ref, that was a foul." But you reply, "No, clean block, perfect timing."
I argue he hit the wrist, and you answer, "The replay shows ball first."
We laugh and agree that part of the fun is sharing opinions with respect.
You can copy this tone by using phrases like, "I see your point," and "Here is why I disagree."
This approach keeps conversations positive and helps you practice flexible language.
Let us craft a quick checklist for watching a game in English so you feel prepared.
Greet your friends, pick a team to follow, and keep a few phrases ready, such as "Who is winning?" and "Nice play."
Listen for the whistle and identify the call, then react with a short sentence like, "That is a foul," or "No call."
Celebrate with positive words such as "Great three-pointer" and "He made the shot," because good energy builds friendships.
Ask open questions like, "What do you think of the strategy?" which invites deeper conversation.
Share snacks, respect different opinions, and enjoy the shared story of the game.
Time for another quick scene from the living room watch party to reinforce your phrases.
I look at the clock and say, "End of the first quarter, I'm making a snack run. Do you want anything?"
I say, "Grab some popcorn and water, please," and we keep chatting about the last play.
When I return, you say, "You missed a huge three-pointer," and I reply, "No way, who made the shot?"
I answer, "Number 12 from the corner," and we high-five because the energy in the room is contagious.
Then the announcer says there might have been traveling, and we lean forward to watch the slow-motion replay.
We practice the sentence, "I think he took 3 steps," which is polite and clear.
You reply, "Maybe the first step was the gather," which shows you know modern footwork language.
Let us do a mini vocabulary quiz to lock the words in your memory.
I will ask and you answer out loud, then we will confirm together.
What is a foul? It is an action that is not allowed in the game, such as illegal contact.
Who is the ref?
The ref is the referee, the judge who calls fouls and other violations.
What is a free throw?
A shot from the line without defense after certain fouls.
What is a three-pointer?
A basket made from beyond the arc worth 3 points.
What is traveling?
Taking more than 2 steps while holding the ball.
What does make the shot mean?
It means to score successfully on an attempt. Great work! And now let us connect basketball talk to everyday life so you can use it beyond sports.
When you face a test or project, you can say, I need to make the shot today, which means succeed under pressure.
If you made a small mistake at work, you can say, I screwed up, and then fix it with a plan.
When a friend helps you, you can say, assist appreciated, borrowing the idea of a pass that leads to a score.
When you need to focus, tell yourself free throw mindset, which means quiet the noise and do your routine.
When life feels too fast, slow down and avoid traveling by taking careful, legal steps towards your goal.
We are getting into the final minutes of the game, and the crowd is holding its breath as the score tightens.
The star guard dribbles at the top, calls for a screen, and splits the defense with perfect timing.
He gets hit and the whistle screams, and the ref signals 2 free throws with confident hands.
The first free throw rattles out, and a hush falls over the arena like a gentle blanket.
The second free throw arcs high and kisses the net, and hope returns to the home fans.
On the next possession, the wing shakes free and launches a deep three-pointer that drops like a stone into a calm pond.
The bench flies to its feet, and the scoreboard shows a tiny lead with seconds left.
The other team rushes forward, but the defender stays disciplined and avoids a foul by sliding in front.
The buzzer sounds, and the arena bursts into music, hugs, and happy noise as people share the moment.
Win or lose, the language you learned today helps you feel connected and confident with friends anywhere.
Let us seal everything with 5 short model sentences you can practice right now.
1. Who is winning right now? Which is perfect for quick check-ins.
2. That was a foul, I think, which is polite and opinionated.
3. He made the shot under pressure, which praises skill and calm.
4. Nice three-pointer from the corner, which is specific and natural.
5. I think that was traveling, which shows knowledge of rules.
When you watch your next game, try to use at least 3 of these sentences out loud, even if you are alone at home.
Your mouth will learn the rhythm, your ears will learn the music, and your confidence will rise each time.
Remember that language grows with emotion, so let yourself cheer, laugh, and react like a real fan.
And remember that respect is part of the fun, so be kind to people who cheer for other teams.
We are grateful you spent time with us today, and we hope the phrases stick with you during your next game night.
If you like this episode, share it with a friend who loves sports and practice together during a live game.
You can pause the broadcast, repeat sentences, and shadow the lines until they feel natural in your mouth.
You can also write 3 short notes after the game about 1 foul, 1 three-pointer, and 1 ref call to reinforce memory.
Small habits like these make your English stronger step by step, just like good footwork.
And every time you speak, you make the shot a little more often, which feels amazing.
Thank you for listening to WorldPod English Video, and we will see you in the next episode with more everyday English you can use.
Until then, keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep your free throw mindset when life gets loud.
From our studio to your living room, stay curious and keep the game in your heart.
This is Luca signing off with Liana, wishing you clear words and big wins in language and in life.
See you soon, dear friends, and happy learning wherever you are today.
Good blockout assignments. Turpin's got 8.
Hey, has the game started yet?
Yeah, about 5 minutes ago.
Who's winning?
Bulls, of course.
What? That wasn't a foul. Oh, come on, ref.
Don't worry, Shaq always screws up free throws.
You were right. He didn't make the shot.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Three-pointer, yeah.
Did you see that? He traveled and the ref didn't even call it.
This ref needs glasses. Hey, ref, open your eyes! Can't believe he didn't see that.
Okay, end of the first quarter. All right, I'm gonna make a beer run.
Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed our lesson today. We'll be bringing you more sports lessons in the future.
Yes.
So if you have a particular sport that you want to learn about, you can tell us. And
Come to our website, EnglishPod.com.
Yeah, and leave us your comments or your suggestions or any doubts that you have. And we're always there to answer it, so we'll see you there.
Yes. Until next time.
Bye.
Welcome to World Pod English Video, dear listeners. My name is Sophia. Tonight, I am taking you into a bright gym that smells like fresh wood and orange peels, where the echo of bouncing basketballs feels like a heartbeat you can hear with your whole body. This is the story of a team that almost fell apart, a city that almost gave up, and a final shot that taught me more English and more courage than any textbook ever could. Before we step onto the court, tuck a few key words into your pocket: foul, ref, free throw, three-pointer, traveling, and the phrase make the shot, because they will light our path like small lamps in a storm. It began on a late afternoon when the sun dropped behind our brick school and painted the backboard with gold, and I walked into practice carrying a whistle, a notebook, and a promise I was not sure I could keep. Our team was the River City Ravens, a group of teenagers with scuffed sneakers, big dreams, and English notebooks tucked beside their jerseys, because we were more than a team. We were a classroom that ran on sweat and verbs. They came from different streets and languages, and they brought different stories, but we learned to listen to each other through basketball words that were simple, sharp, and brave. The first day, I wrote one word on the whiteboard: foul. I told them a foul is an action that is not allowed in the game, like hitting the wrist on a shot or pushing with the shoulder. And you can feel the gym go quiet when the whistle slices the air. We said the word together, foul, and we laughed at the shape our mouths made, like blowing out a candle while protecting a secret. Then I added ref, short for referee, the judge of the game, the person in black and white who becomes the center of every argument, even when none of us want to admit it. That night, I learned that leadership feels like dribbling with your left hand in a crowd, careful but forward, and language feels like finding a lane to the rim when you are sure there isn't one. Amir, our point guard with eyes like streetlights, asked me, "Coach, what happens when the ref is wrong?" And the team turned their heads the way flowers turn toward sun. I said, "We keep our feet honest, we keep our hands clean, and we trust the game to give us another chance." And for a second, the gym felt like a church that forgot its walls. We built a ritual at the free throw line where every breath had a grammar and every bounce had a meaning. Set your feet, bend your knees, lift your eyes, follow through, I whispered to Sadaf, our quiet forward, who carried a dictionary in her bag and a fear in her chest. A free throw is the loneliest shot and the most generous teacher because it tells you the truth about your routine, your focus, and your courage when everyone is watching and no one can help. On Fridays, we turned vocabulary into a game where perfect form earned perfect sentences, and one swish could buy you 5 new verbs. If you made the shot, you had to say, "I made the shot." And if you missed, you had to say, "I did not make the shot." And the point was not shame, but clarity, not grammar as punishment, but grammar as a second try. We added three-pointer, the bold arc from beyond the line that awards 3 points. And the first time Zach hit one, he danced like a kite that finally found wind. I warned them about traveling, the rule that lets you take 2 steps but not 3 while holding the ball. Because rules in basketball are like commas in English, tiny and easy to ignore until a sentence trips and falls. They giggled when I said that, but they remembered, and soon our layups looked like sentences that knew where they were going. We practiced pivot as both a foot and a verb, turning without leaving the ground, changing direction without changing purpose, and I saw their lives learning that move too. The City League announced a tournament called Nightlights. Winner moves to regionals, and the flyer looked like hope stapled to a telephone pole. Other teams wore shiny uniforms and came from polished programs, but we carried notebooks and a promise, and sometimes that is heavier and stronger. The week before the tournament, I taped 3 phrases to the locker room mirror. Use your voice, trust your pivot, make the shot. On Monday, a rumor floated through school like dust in sunlight that our best shooter, Zach, had decided to quit because his older brother said basketball doesn't pay rent and dreams don't pay for electricity. I found Zach behind the bleachers, counting reasons, and his hands shook like he was holding a ball the world kept trying to steal. I told him that life will always ask for a safe pass, but sometimes you need to pull up for a brave three-pointer, even if the crowd is quiet and the ref is strict. He smiled without smiling and promised to think, which is the kind of promise that hurts because it is honest. Tuesday, we practiced under a blue sky that drifted in through open doors, and the gym filled with the thump of basketballs and the rhythm of English phrases. "Who is winning?" I called during scrimmage. "The Ravens," they shouted, and then splendid Layla stole a pass and laughed at the ceiling as if it had just told her a secret. Every turnover became a grammar correction, every rebound a second draft, every timeout a paragraph break we deserved. On Wednesday, we borrowed one tape measure from the science lab to double-check the three-point line because accuracy is respect whether you are building bridges or building confidence. I told them a three-pointer is harder because it comes from farther away, and Zach rolled that word farther around his mouth like a marble he was not ready to release. After practice, we sat on the baseline and passed around a bag of oranges, and Sadaf asked if the word clutch means brave or lucky, and I said it means brave enough to be lucky. Thursday evening, a storm walked over the city and knocked rain against the gym windows, and we ran shooting drills that looked like fireworks trapped in a box. Layla slipped on a wet spot and fell hard, and the gym went silent the way stories do when the hero drops the sword. She stood up with knees scraped but steady, and she smiled like a lighthouse and said, "Coach, I am okay," and the team exhaled like one creature with many lungs. We talked about the difference between pain and injury, between fear and caution, between quitting and pivoting, and the words gave us shelter inside the noise of rain. Friday was the last practice and the first chapter of something bigger, and Zach returned with eyes that looked like someone had turned the lights back on. My brother said I can stay if I promise to tutor my little cousin in English and bring him to our games, he told me, and the team cheered as if we had already won a trophy made of seconds. I nodded and told them that a team is a country where love is measured in assists, not applause. Saturday night, the bleachers trembled with neighbors, cousins, bus drivers, teachers, and a few grandmothers who had learned to clap in time at weddings and never forgot. The scoreboard glowed like a stubborn moon, and the floor shone like a new sentence eager to be spoken. The first opponents were the Harbor Wolves, tall and tidy, coached by a man who wore a suit that made him look like he kept his emotions in a briefcase. The opening tip flew, and Amir tapped the ball to Zach, who dribbled with the careful joy of someone carrying tea across a crowded room. We ran our play called Letter L, a curl screen that felt like writing your name on defense. And Layla lifted from the corner and stroked a three-pointer so clean the net sighed like silk. The crowd erupted, and behind me, I heard two uncles shouting at the ref about a possible foul on the closeout, because even happiness arrives with an argument in our town. Midway through the second quarter, the Wolves drove hard, and a whistle pierced the gym. "Blocking foul on number 12, the ref announced, and the Wolves forward walked to the free throw line with a calm that made the ball look light. He bounced, breathed, lifted, released, and the shot rolled in like a polite guest who remembered to take off his shoes. We traded baskets like two poets trading lines, and the half ended tied, which felt like a question mark that refused to be a period. During halftime, our classroom turned back on. Coach, Amir said, if they pack the paint, we have to stretch them with corners and cutters. Yes, I replied, and if the corner is closed, we trust the extra pass, because being open is a team project, not a miracle. Layla tied her laces and whispered, "We are ready." And I saw not a team, but a sentence that finally knew its verb. Third quarter began with a mistake that felt like thunder in the chest. Zach tried to split a double team, lost the ball, and the Wolves raced for a layup, while our bench flinched as if the floor had pulled a trick. He slapped his chest and mouthed, "My bad," the universal grammar of accountability. And we nodded because apology is a pass that keeps the play alive. On the next possession, he caught at the wing, jab-stepped, and drilled a three-pointer so pure that I felt the gym unclenched. But the Wolves were too good to go away, and their center kept collecting rebounds as if the ball had his home address. Early in the fourth, he spun into the lane, bumped Sadaf, and the ref whistled another foul, and I felt the old anger rise like a temperature I couldn't control. In my pocket, the words "respect the ref" burned like a small coin I did not want to spend, and I waved my hands low to quiet the bench. We practiced this for weeks. Breathe, step back, say next play, because arguments steal more points than bad luck ever will. The game tilted into its last 2 minutes, with the score knotted at 58, and every voice in the gym became a drum, and every sneaker squeak became a violin. The Wolves trapped Amir. He pivoted like a compass, slipped the ball to Layla, who bounced to Sadaf, who lifted through contact, and the whistle sang a shooting foul. Sadaf walked to the free throw line with a face that looked like sunrise and storm, and I remembered the first day she whispered that she was afraid of being watched. "Routine," I mouthed, and she nodded, bounced, breathed, lifted, released, and the ball kissed the rim and fell in like it had been promised a home. The second free throw arced higher and lipped out, and for a heartbeat, the gym groaned as one. 59 for us, 59 for them, 90 seconds left, and the Wolves guard attacked hard and pulled up for a mid-range jumper that ripped the net like paper in a magician's hand. Time felt like a string someone else was pulling, and our bench stood as if standing could bend it. We called timeout, and I drew a simple play named Open Book, a double stagger to free Zach in the corner while Amir and Layla acted like chapters, distracting the eyes. "Read the defense," I told them, "and if the corner is closed, Amir will drive, kick, and we will make the shot together." Back on the floor, the Wolves hedged high. Amir snaked, the help came, and he slipped a pass to Zach in the corner where light seems thinner and courage seems heavier. Zach caught it low, lifted, and the defender flew like a rumor, and Zach released a three-pointer that felt like a story telling itself. The ball sailed, spun, curved, and the net accepted it with a sound that felt like a word finally pronounced correctly after a week of trying. We led by 1 with 41 seconds left, and I thought I could hear my own heart writing down every second in a language I had not learned yet. The Wolves did not blink. Their center posted, spun, bumped, and the ref called a foul that cracked the air like ice, and our fans shouted at the ref the way old men shout at clouds that refuse to rain. "Next play," I whispered to the bench, and the words sat heavy but obedient. The center walked to the free throw line and, with a sigh that sounded like experience, made the first shot and then the second with the ease of a man who has learned to shake hands with pressure. Down 1 now, we inbounded with 18 seconds, no timeouts, and the gym shrank to the size of the keyhole on a door we had been knocking on for months. Amir crossed midcourt, called Open Book, and the defense overplayed Zach like a rumor finally believed. Layla slipped back door. Amir saw it late, the pass bobbled, and the ball rolled toward the sideline like a good idea leaving the room. Sadaf dove, saved it, swung to Amir. 5 seconds, a jab, a retreat, the center switched, and the lane opened like a page turning. Amir drove right, rose, hung, and in that floating instant I heard all the weeks we had practiced whisper the same sentence, "Make the shot." He released a soft runner that touched the backboard like a careful knock and dropped through the net with a sigh that sounded like forgiveness. We led by 1 again with 1.7 seconds, and their coach scribbled rage into a clipboard while ours scribbled hope into air. The Wolves drew up a miracle, a long pass to the wing for a catch-and-heave three-pointer that spun like a coin flipping on a preacher's palm. It hit the front rim, leaped, hesitated as if considering a prayer, and fell forward into our hands like a decision made in our favor by a committee of ancestors. The buzzer burned the air, and the gym became a storm of laughter, relief, and arms, and I drowned in it willingly, like a swimmer who has found the right river. People talk about a beer run during games, that playful phrase for going to get more drinks. But our version that night was a water run, and a tea run, and a high-five run up the aisles and back, because celebration is a language too. I told the kids that slang is like a side street you take to avoid traffic, and you should know it so you can find your way and still choose the main road when you want. They laughed and mimicked announcers and repeated lines like actors who finally trust the script they wrote themselves. When the gym quieted and the floor was just a floor again, we circled up and I asked each player to give one word for the night. Resilience, said Sadaf, the free throw poet who learned to breathe through noise. Patience, said Layla, who found space by trusting her cut and not her panic. Vision, said Amir, who read the defense like a paragraph and found the hidden sentence under pressure. Courage, said Zach, who returned to the team not because the road became easy, but because his feet learned to stay honest. I gave them my word too, language, because these sounds we practiced, foul, ref, free throw, three-pointer, traveling, make the shot, were never just sports. They were bridges between hearts that might never have met without a ball to pass across the water. We wrote the words on the whiteboard again, and nobody rolled their eyes this time, because victory had given them a reason to care and a place to put their new courage. Outside, night had cooled the city into a gentle hush, and parents waited with coats and cameras and plans for late dinners that always taste like stories. At home, I opened my notebook and wrote the game in sentences so simple they almost felt like prayer. Has the game started yet? I wrote, remembering the first days when the answer was always about 5 minutes ago, because life never waits for us to be ready. Who is winning? I wrote, hearing our voices become one, because sometimes the best scoreboard is the sound of your team telling the truth. That wasn't a foul, I wrote, and then crossed it out, because even when we believe we are right, respect is the language that earns us another chance to be heard. Come on, ref, I wrote, and then added a note. Say it only with a smile, never with poison, because words are boomerangs and always find their way back. He didn't make the shot, I wrote, and underneath it, he will, because grammar is tense, but hope is timeless. Three-pointer, I wrote, and underlined it twice, because sometimes the far way is the right way if your feet are set and your heart is steady. Traveling, I wrote, and circled it like a road sign, because discipline is not a prison, it is a map. I slept the sleep of a coach who knows that tomorrow the drills return, the doubts knock again, and the magic must be rebuilt from stretch bands and chalk and patience. In the morning, I found messages from parents saying their kids fell asleep with balls in their hands and words on their lips, and I cried a little because joy is a language I am still learning to pronounce. The tournament would continue next week, and stronger teams waited like mountains that refused to kneel, but the Ravens had learned to climb with sentences and sneakers. If you are listening from a kitchen or a bus or a dorm where dreams sometimes feel too expensive, I want you to steal our routine and make it yours. Pick a small set of words that matter: foul, ref, free throw, three-pointer, traveling, make the shot, and practice them out loud until they sound like your own story. Use them not only for basketball, but for life. Call a foul when someone crosses your boundaries. Respect the ref inside you who protects your rules. Step to the free throw line of each day with a routine that calms your hands. When the problem is far away and the easy pass is gone, take the three-pointer of a brave decision. And if you screw up, breathe, smile, and take the next shot with kinder eyes. If you travel too many steps too fast, stop, pivot, and start again with 2 honest steps that carry your whole name. And when it is time to make the shot, do not wait for perfect silence. Trust your routine, trust your breath, and trust that the net knows your voice. Our city built a new kind of celebration after that night. Some people still ran to the corner store during halftimes, joking about a beer run, while others made a snack run or a tea run, and the point was never the drink anyway. The point was always the return to the same seat beside the same friends with the same hope. Language grew like ivy across the brick walls of our gym, and the kids began to teach new words back to me. Box out, no look pass, shot clock, step back, as if vocabulary were a ball we each had a right to hold. Weeks later, we faced a team that wore gold and ran like rumor, and we lost by 8 because not every story ends in a highlight. But the way the Ravens shook hands at half court, the way they thanked the refs with steady eyes, the way Sadaf stayed late to help a younger player fix her free throw, these were the grammar points I underlined twice in my heart. Victory is a teacher, but dignity is a degree, and both are earned one practice at a time. If you are learning English with me, take this final exercise home. Stand in front of a mirror tonight and say 5 sentences like you are at the line in a quiet gym. 1. Who is winning right now? Because self-awareness is scorekeeping for the soul. 2. That was a foul, I think, because you deserve boundaries you can name. 3. He made the shot under pressure, because praise sharpens the eyes that will one day see your own courage. 4. Nice three-pointer from the corner, because noticing others opens space for your own freedom. 5. I think that was traveling, because honesty protects momentum better than speed ever will. As for the Ravens, they kept playing, kept studying, kept laughing, and sometimes they won, and sometimes they learned, and in both cases, the net made that soft sound we all chase. I still carry the whistle and the notebook and the promise, and I still do not always know how to keep it, but the gym keeps teaching me how to breathe through noise and speak through motion. When I lock the doors after practice, the lights hum like a lullaby, and I swear I can hear the floor remember every foot that trusted it. I whisper to the empty court, "Make the shot," and the echo comes back not as an order, but as an invitation. Thank you there, friends, and for letting this story bounce through your day like a steady dribble that never loses its rhythm. If you felt the language in your mouth, keep it there and share it with someone else, because words are lighter when carried together. This is World Pod English Video, and I am Sophia, reminding you that every court is a classroom if you listen, and every classroom if you play. Until we meet again, keep your feet honest, your hands kind, your breath steady, and your heart ready for the next open shot.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Foul. Referee. Screw up. Free throw. Make the shot. Three-pointer. Travel. Beer run. Court. Assist. Block. Jump shot. Rebound. Steal.
Let's try that faster.
Three-pointer. Jump shot. Foul. Steal. Travel. Rebound. Court. Assist. Beer run. Block. Referee. Make the shot. Free throw. Screw up.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Make the shot. Make the shot. Make the shot. Screw up. Screw up. Screw up. Foul. 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 Referee. 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 Three-pointer. 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 Beer run. Beer run. Beer run.